Welcome to this session on Ipedge messaging and Ipedge system features. In this module, we are going to address a variety of the features in the Ipedge system. For further details on these features and a list of all the features, please refer to the Ipedge General Description and Ipedge Messaging Feature Guide. This module will cover Part 2 of the session, Ipedge System Productivity Enhancing and Safety Features. Now we will look at the features grouped into these two headings to understand how they can benefit your customers. Productivity enhancing features are features whose benefits assist the end user by saving time or effort for the internal organization or customer-facing issues. And safety features are solutions for E911 and other end-user safety. Conferencing provides a convenience to business because everyone participating in the conference gets the same information at the same time, reducing confusion and saving time. This feature is inherent in the Ipedge system and does not require additional licensing. This is a separate feature from our Ipedge meeting application. Conferencing enables other people to join your conversation. These additional people can be inside or outside the Ipedge system. The maximum number of people in a conference is 8. There can be up to 6 external lines and 2 internal users. One of the internal parties can be used to record to a voicemail box. The originator of the conference is the master and controls adding and deleting conference parties. Split, join, and drop enable the conference master to add or join other phones to a conference. The conference master and another member of the conference can leave or split the conference for a private conversation. During this time, other conference members remain connected, and the conference master can then join both of the split callers back to the conference, or the master can drop or disconnect the split member he or she is connected to. Transfer is the ability to redirect a connected call to a new destination. The calling party speaks to the person that can assist them without having to redial. Let's look at the different transfer options in the Ipedge system. Transfer with Camp On enables the transfer of a call to a busy destination. The transferred party automatically camps on to the busy destination when the transferring party releases the call. Transfer Immediate. With the conversation in progress, the display phone user presses the TRNS soft key and dials the transfer destination. The calling party is placed on consultation hold and the call immediately transfers and the transferring phone returns to idle. This feature does not apply to network calls. Transfer Privacy. An outside call that has been transferred can only be answered at the station to which the call has been transferred. Another station cannot pick up the transferred call unless it is another station using the directed call pickup feature or a station that has a DN appearance of the transferred to DN. A flashing red LED indicates the call is transferred. Privacy for transferred calls can be disabled in programming. Transfer Screened. The transferring party can talk privately with the receiving party before the calling party is transferred. While that conversation is going on, the calling party is on consultation hold. When the receiving party agrees to accept the call, the transferring party can use the switch hook or feature button to include the original party in the conversation. At this point, the transferring party can hang up and the other two parties remain connected. And Transfer Unscreened allows the transferring party to exit the connection before the transfer destination answers. After the destination answers the call, the system treats it as a regular call. If the destination does not answer the call within the predetermined time period, the transferring party is recalled. Speed Dial, which is also known as automatic dialing or one-touch dialing, enables the customer to assign dialing codes to telephone numbers that are frequently called. Looking up telephone numbers can be time-consuming. Errors can be made in dialing, which also wastes time and can be costly. By using automatic dialing for numbers that are frequently called, Those time wasters are eliminated. Ipedge offers 3 forms of speed dial. Please reference the Ipedge general description for the number of dial bins associated with each type and server size. We have system speed dial, station speed dial, and one-touch buttons. Station speed dial numbers and one-touch buttons are unique for each station and cannot be used by other stations. Users can program station speed dial and one-touch buttons from their telephones. System speed dial numbers can be used by any station in the system. Enterprise Manager is required to program system speed dial numbers and can also be used to program station speed dial numbers, but not one-touch buttons. Additionally, each station and system speed dial number can be assigned a 9-character name using Enterprise Manager. Station speed dial enables the Ipedge system to be customized. Station users can use personal speed dial for telephone numbers they need, which are not on a system speed dial list. System speed dial can also work in conjunction with toll restriction. Sometimes certain employees need to make business toll calls. However, it may also be desirable to toll restrict those employees, yet enable them to dial specific business toll calls using system speed dial numbers. This eliminates the possibility of telephone abuse and can reduce costs. Account codes control costs and ensure accurate billing to departments, clients, projects, or individual employees. The advantage of using account codes for this purpose is that they register on SMDR or call accounting for tracking and reporting. Stations and lines can have one of 4 possible account code features: forced account codes, voluntary account codes, forced verifiable account codes, and voluntary verifiable account codes. Account codes can be 4 to 15 digits and can be verified or non-verified by the system. An account code button can be programmed on a telephone to make voluntary account code entry convenient and easy. Account codes may be forced, required after dialing all or specific phone numbers, or voluntary, optionally entered anytime during calls. If verifiable account codes are forced, the system verifies the code entered by the user before it authorizes the call. Forced account codes can be required on selected lines, which forces the assigned stations to enter those account codes. Forced and verified account codes can be used in conjunction with toll restriction. Used this way, they function as override codes or as traveling class of service codes. Call forwarding ensures efficient call handling and better service to callers, provides more efficient handling of calls that helps a company project a professional and courteous image. It allows station users to work in locations other than at their desks and not miss their telephone calls. And if used with voicemail, Call Forward ensures that calls are not lost and callers have the opportunity to leave complete and detailed messages. There are 2 types of Call Forward options: System Call Forward and Station Call Forward. Each type may be activated independently or simultaneously for each telephone. If Station Call Forward is activated, it will always override System Call Forward. System Call Forward forwards unanswered calls to voicemail or some other predetermined destination. This option is set up for each station by the system administrator using Enterprise Manager. There are 32 different System Call Forward patterns that can flexibly forward calls with unique call type, condition, and destination settings. Telephone users can turn the feature on or off from their telephone using a one-touch button or access code. Station Call Forward. Users set their individual call forwarding conditions and destinations. Station forwarding has priority over system call forwarding. Call forwarding can be also set up by department with a special mailbox or destination with the use of phantom directory numbers. Users sometimes need to distinguish the ringing of one button on their phone from another button, and sometimes stations in close proximity to one another need to distinguish the calls on one desk from another. Typically, multiple sounds are used to provide this distinction. Distinctive ringing can be assigned to each line or DN button on each telephone. With Ipedge, you can set up to 10 different incoming ringing tones for internal as well as external calls. The Ipedge system offers a few different hold options. Having these options ensures that station users pick up calls that have been put on hold in a timely manner. Courteous customer service dictates acknowledging the caller periodically and informing them about delays. This feature can help a company project a professional, efficient, and courteous image. The different hold options are: automatic hold. This option enables a user to place a line or DN call on hold by pressing another line or DN button. The user can then alternate between the new and the old call by pressing the desired line or DN. If this feature is not activated, users must press hold before accessing another line and switching between calls. Analog hold. This option enables a user to place a line or DN call on hold on an analog telephone, and the line LED will flash on other telephones when the call is parked. This enables the call to be picked up from other telephones. This feature must be set in programming. Call hold. This is the most commonly used. Call hold temporarily suspends a call, allowing the station user to do other things, including using the phone. Callers on hold can receive music or announcements as described in the Music on Hold feature. Consultation hold. This is used when invoking other call features such as call transfer or conference. Exclusive hold. A call can be placed on exclusive hold to ensure the privacy of the connection and that the call can only be retrieved by you, even if the held call appears on buttons on other telephones. And hold recall. After placing a call on hold, it will recall the holding telephone after a predetermined time to remind the user of the held call. The hold recall time is set independently for each telephone, from 0 to 255 seconds. Hold recall time can also be disabled. Any telephone in the system can be programmed for tone ringing or voice announce as a standard method of internal call signaling. Voice signaling enables quick communication with hands-free talkback. Tone signaling reduces the noise factors in small or open offices with a high volume of internal calls. Tone signaling rings the telephone when a call comes in and ensures better privacy. With tone signaling, the called telephone receives a 1-second ring every 3 seconds. The pitch and sound of internal tone signaling is always the same. With voice signaling, station users will hear a tone burst followed by the caller's voice over their telephone speaker when called by another station user locally or over the private network. Voice signaling allows hands-free talkback from the called telephone on internal and private network calls. Ipedge offers privacy, privacy override, and privacy release options. These options offer greater flexibility because the system can be customized to meet the business needs for training, call coverage, escalated calls, etc. Privacy prevents intrusion on calls that appear on shared or common DN or line buttons. If a telephone has a call on a DN or line button that appears on other telephones, the other telephones cannot intrude on the call by pressing the shared button unless the intruding telephone has the privacy override feature, or the telephone with the call activates the privacy release button. Privacy override controls the ability of multiple station users with a shared or common line or DN button appearance to join each other's conversation by pressing the busy button appearance. A station must be programmed with privacy override to permit the intrusion on a shared line or on DN buttons. In the case where privacy override is normally allowed, a telephone can have a privacy button to block privacy override or intrusion to the call. The Do Not Disturb feature does not block privacy override. In the case where privacy override is not normally allowed, a telephone can have a privacy release button to allow intrusion to the call by any station with this shared button appearance. The Hotline Service Emergency Ringdown feature allows telephones to be programmed so that when the user goes off hook and does not dial anything, or stops in mid-dial, they automatically ring a designated extension. The receiving station or attendant console displays the station name and/or number of the off-hook calling station. This provides convenience and service to hotel-motel guests calling from lobby or public area telephones. In healthcare applications, this feature assists callers who may not be able to complete the call by dialing. This feature is very useful for hotel-motel applications in which lobby or public area telephones either do not have dial access or, for convenience, will automatically call the front desk. This feature is also very useful for healthcare applications. If a station is left off hook and fails to complete the dialing of a valid number within a programmable time, continuous ringing occurs at a designated extension. An emergency call access code can be established to route calls to specific emergency destinations and to prioritize their delivery to those destinations. This is useful when employees, patients, or guests are not expected to know where to call for help at different times of the day. Up to 4 emergency destinations can be programmed for each mode of operation: day, day 2, and night. The default is pound 911, but is frequently changed to 911 to enhance E911 service. Enhanced 911 or E911 delivers 911 calls to the Public Safety Answering Position, or PSAP, with an information element that identifies the source of the call. CSID, which is Caller Emergency Services Identifier, is used to determine the location of the caller. This feature enables the Ipedge system to conform to regulatory requirements. The agency responding to the 911 call gets location information that makes it easier for them to find the right location within the facility. This provides faster emergency service to those needing it. In many locations, E911 also includes the ability to connect to emergency services by dialing 911 without any access codes. Thank you for joining me today for this session on Ipedge Messaging and Ipedge System Features Part 2, Ipedge System Productivity Enhancing and Safety Features. Be sure to listen to Part 1, Ipedge Messaging Features, and Part 3, Ipedge System Operational Features.